What's up, Metal Summoners? It is so great to see you guys as always. Thank you so much for tuning in, rocking out, and showing so much love to the guests that Angel and I are, super, super stoked to be able to talk to and bring the show to you guys. You're back on your island of misfit toys. You're kicking off your weekend in the middle of the week, just like we like it. And we always really appreciate, like I said, your courtesies and showing so much love and support to us, because again, by supporting the show, you're supporting the artist, and that's what it's all about. And speaking of artists, we're really, really excited to have him on. We're going to have a good time, all kinds of great conversations. We've had a band member of him on the show in the past, if you guys remember when we had Phil X on the show. But we're going to keep this all about the man, the myth, the legend. We're going to jump right into it right now. Kurt Deimer is with us right now. Kurt, first and foremost, thank you so much for giving us some time this evening, and welcome to the Metal Summit.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you having me, and I'm glad to be here to talk to all your friends. And just one thing I wanted to tell you, just think of my name as Dimebag, so it's Deimer.
Deimer, absolutely. Oh, no,
Yeah.
thank you so much, Kurt. Appreciate it. Kurt Deimer is with us right now, and that happens more often than not. I'm the absolute worst when it comes to pronouncing anything.
No, it's all good, man. I've been called Diamond. I've been called all kinds of things, so my name's kind of a little fucked up, but that's the way it is.
Hey, that's all right. Well, Kurt, of course, first and foremost, congratulations are in order for In Deep. Your new single is out, with Josh Todd. And, like I said, congratulations are in order. And it's always got to be very, very cool, very satisfying, and just very exciting as well anytime that you have new music, finally released.
Yeah, I'm really stoked about this one. It's went right to media-based radio, and it's going to keep climbing the chart as the new year gets here, and it's featured in also a little part of a movie I have coming out in March to theaters called Scared to Death. And it was really cool to work with Josh, and we toured together a lot, and for him to agree to do this with me was very appreciative. Josh, thank you very much, brother. And it's just a killer tune, and radio loves it. Everybody who hears it loves it. Of course, you got some people that don't. I mean, there's a lot of net people that don't. We all don't like the same stuff. I like pepperoni pizza. Some people hate it, but that's just the way life is. So, but yeah, it's doing great, and you'll hear more of it, and you'll hear it played more and more on radio as the new year gets here. So, it's doing really well.
That's awesome. Angel and I are really stoked because he and I regularly cover the M3 festival down here in outside of Baltimore and Columbia, and they put out the lineup about a couple of weeks ago, like a week or so ago, and Buck Cherry's on the show this year, so that's definitely going to be really awesome. Cool. It's been a little while since I've seen Josh live, and I just think he's a fantastic performer.
Oh, he's amazing, and he's I don't know if you've seen the video for it on YouTube, but he comes right in, performs, and does his thing, and he's just a great guy, and I can't thank him enough. It's not easy, as you're establishing yourself, and I'm only 2-3 years into this to get good collabs, and this is definitely one that was really fun to do.
Absolutely, 100%. When it came to doing a song like this and wanting to do a collab, how did you look at the possibilities of what other artists or musicians would fit well for the song? Did you did you think of Josh right away and knowing that you had history on the road reach out that way? Or just in general, what was your thought process behind doing a collaborative song?
Well, we talked about it, the last show we did when we were actually just doing a Buck Cherry Kurt Deimer show up in Minnesota, and but I had, talked to his, tour manager earlier in the tour. We were up in Canada with Steel Panther and Buck Cherry and us, and I had said I'd really love to do a collab with Josh, and I had this song called "He Was Good to Me," which is the music you hear in the song that it originally was, like 5 years ago. It's one of the first songs that I did, and I could just envision my voice being unique the way it is and how low I can go, and Josh's voice was just perfect for it, and he loved the music, and I sent it to him the last day. We exchanged numbers. He said, "Hey, I heard we need to talk and let's look into this." And he was, had told his tour manager who told mine, "I think I'd like to look entertain doing this with Kurt." And because we're both pretty much to ourselves on tour until we do the show, we got our own routines. And so I sent him the music. He said, "I would love to do it with you, but I want to write the lyrics the way I'm feeling them with this vibe from the music." I said, "Hell, yeah." And so he did it. We got off tour. He went home, recorded what he was thinking, and we took the song the way he envisioned it to Chris Lord-Alge, who produced it and mixed it. And about a couple weeks later, we're in the studio cutting the vocals and then shooting a video 4 days later. And here we are. And now it's all over Touch Tunes. It's in the top 50 on media based rock and only going to climb. So here we are. And that's how it all happened.
Oh,
For
that's
6
awesome, man.
months. So,
Oh, absolutely, for sure. When it came to, performing out and about and, doing these shows not only with Steel Panther, but also with Buck Cherry, when it comes to you as a performer and the bands that you like to play with and the kind of shows you like to do, is there a particular, like, style, like, as far as the way that the bill is put together that you gravitate to perform on? Or are you the kind of guy that's just kind of, just down for the stage no matter what the lineup is?
well, yeah, I'm always down for the stage, and this will kind of give you an idea. Our music is different. It's unique, and you either like it or you don't. It's great. That's, I guess, the same for any band or any musician. But I mean, we started out touring with Jeff Tate. I've done a couple collabs with him. We have one coming out on the second album, which will be coming out in April, along with the Josh Todd, being on that within Deep. And then after that, I toured with Yngwie Malmsteen. You wouldn't think that would be a good fit, but we got fans from that. And then after that tour, we went out with Drowning Pool and a bunch of other bands. And after that, we toured very extensively with Tesla and played a lot of big shows with them and gotten a lot of fans from that. So um, I'm very versatile. We also toured with Skid Row and Buck Cherry and Steel Panther and Buck Cherry. So for your first tour to be Jeff Tate and then you continue on that way, we're very blessed. We first tour ever was Jeff Tate. So to be blessed like that, especially me getting back into this later in life, it's I don't take that for granted. And now we're going to start headlining more in 2026. Our fan base is growing. We're getting asked to play on festivals. We're playing Earth Day Birthday in Orlando on March 21st on the big stage with 3 Days Grace and all the
Wow,
bands on there. So yeah, so we're getting there. We should be at the M3 Fest, but I guess if we're not there this year, we'll be there the next year. So,
that would be
and I'm
awesome.
sure Josh and I will perform in deep together at certain, festivals, stuff like that. So maybe I'll come to M3 and do it with him and Buck Cherry, and then he
Yep,
can come to Earth Day Birthday and do it with us.
there you go, Kurt. I think
Yeah,
that'd be so sick, and
yeah.
that'd be super duper cool to like if that happens and goes down, reading or hearing about the reaction to it, because then Angel and I
Yeah,
will be able to pull up a little clip of right here and just send it to
yeah,
people, be like, this is why you need to watch. You
yeah.
would have
You got to play it for the fans, man. I mean, I do this for the fans and the people that enjoy music, and I
Mhm.
just like creating things and getting things off my brain, and it's all for everybody. I'm not doing it for myself or anything but all of you. So I just love doing it.
No, absolutely. And before I turn it over to Angel, the last question I have for myself in this segment is, when it comes to your, your album and so it begins. One of the things that definitely stands out when you take a look at that album is like you really packed that thing full of music. I mean, it's got 17 songs to it. I mean, that's a hell of a way to come out with a record that has the feeling of almost like a
Yeah.
double album. And so
Well,
I
that's
was
what I
just kind
want. That's what I wanted. I mean, I listened to double albums. I loved double albums back in the day. And Chris Lord Alge and I were just talking. It's like, what good are these songs doing just sitting in our files or our drop boxes? And I go, let's get the variety out, show people how I'm not just pigeonholed into one form or one style. I'm just a rock band who does things the way we do it, kind of like Van Halen did or AC/DC did or anybody, that was different.
of,
And, you build your audience that way. And, people want to hear the music if they dig our vibe. And why let it all just sit in Dropbox files was my thought process. And now the second album coming out in April of 26, which I think you'll see as a major step this way. I love the first album, don't get me wrong, because it introduces you to us and to what I'm doing. But the second album's next level shit, and it's going to be a double album, and it's probably going to have 12 or 13 songs on it. So we've got the songs. We just got to get them out there.
Oh, absolutely. No, for sure. Because for me, just with like the songs alone, like Burn Together, Only Time Will Tell, and Live or Die for me, like I mean that album is it's just so sick. So I'm like really excited to
Oh well,
to
thank
hear the
you,
next album and like listen to the progression.
thank you. Yeah, if you like In Deep, there's many more around it that I think are going to climb the radio charts. So but like we were talking earlier, you got to grind, you got to play, you got to take chances, you got to take risks, and you have to work hard because you can have all the talent in the world or no talent, but if you work hard, there's a good chance things will happen for you. So,
Yeah. Yes, sir.
yeah.
Absolutely. Angel, my good man, let's kick it over to you, my friend. How you doing this evening?
I'm awesome. Definitely can't thank you enough for your time today.
Well, thank you for having me, Angel. I appreciate it very much, man.
Just making sure this damn microphone is working. Jake, you can hear me pretty good, right?
You're kind of low.
Oh,
Yeah.
how
A
about
little,
now?
yeah, a little on the low, Angel, but you're definitely clear. Just a little low.
Oh, it's fucking microphone. Can you hear me better now?
Same.
No, sorry about that.
It's almost like we're just picking you up in the room.
Okay. I gotta get a new one. Oh, fuck it.
Just raise your voice a bit.
Okay. Um, so with everything going on, what are you most excited about? I'm sorry. Let me rephrase the question. Um, what do you like doing more, acting or music? What rush do you get from doing both of them? That's different.
I've been asked that several times in the past, and it's hard to compare the two because when I go on, I love being on the road, and I love when I can come out and half the time up until now, nobody even knows we're there because nothing's advertised properly, or we're just that opening band and we're getting added last minute or whatever. But I love walking out on stage, and once we even get our intro done in the first song, people are all into it and they're like, "Whoa, who's this band? I've never heard of this band before." And then I always go out to the merch booth and meet with the fans, which I love, and do pictures. And people are like, "You're our new favorite band. We never heard of you." And but that's why you got to grind it out take the good with the bad. If you're not getting advertised, you're not getting advertised. That doesn't mean you don't go out and be who you are if you were. And when I'm so I love the rush of seeing people's faces for the first time when we're playing, and they're just like, "Who the hell are these guys?" And we just have a great time together. But on the flip side, you're not playing in front of fans when you're shooting a movie, but when they say, you know, do the take and y- you know, and when I start shooting a scene, then I can morph into whoever I want in front of the camera. I ad lib a lot now that I'm a lead in these movies, and it's just a whole totally different rush. And then to go see it come to life on the big screen, you're your biggest critic, but it's a totally different rush. Both are totally different. One's in the moment, and the other is delayed. This movie might not come out for 2 years, but it's a total blast shooting it and making it the way we want to make it. So, totally two different experiences, but I love both equally. And I don't know what I'd do the rest of my life if I wasn't going to do this the rest of my life because 6 years ago, I didn't even know I'd be doing either one. So, totally changed my life and my stress and my outlook on being a human being. So,
I'm definitely gonna kick it. A Psycho Steve who just popped on.
Good evening.
What's up?
what's up, man?
Happy Hanukkah to all.
Merry
You,
Christmas.
you too,
Thank you.
Psycho Steve.
Thank you,
Looks
bro.
like looks like Psycho's driving.
I am driving. I'm driving home from work.
Well, he's driving in Jersey, which means he's going slow.
Very
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Well, Kurt's been to Jersey. That's where I met Kurt. I met him at the Starland.
Oh, it's the Starland Ballroom. Yeah, I
Yes, sir.
played there twice.
Yes, sir.
Did you see me with Mushroom Head or with
No,
Sebastian? Yeah, I
Sebastian.
toured with Sebastian Bach too. I didn't even mention that before.
Yes, that's where I met you.
Well, good to see you again, brother.
You too, man. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, always, always, always available for you guys.
Well, we appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
absolutely, Steve. So yeah, we touched base a little bit on In Deep to open up the episode and kind of how his relationship with Josh went, and how their conversation got started on like the collab and stuff like that, and just kind of
awesome.
talking a little bit about how like the touring, how he likes, what shows he kind of likes and stylistic type stuff. So
Well, what I experienced was seeing him because I live vicariously through him on Instagram and Facebook. You're a tour dog, man. You don't stop.
No, we were just talking the other day, Marco and I, my lead guitarist, and he sings all the high stuff with me, and is my music director. And we're a four-piece band now, by the way. That's way easier, and I've got really great guys now. So who you see all the time, that's us now. But
Awesome.
we're just talking. Our last show I think we did was at the Illinois State Fairgrounds with Tesla, and that was the end of August. So I've been kind of losing my mind for the last few months, but we've been getting a lot done, the album and movie stuff, and but once 2026 hits, we'll be touring hard all year. So,
What could we expect from the new album to sound like?
well, and so it begins was is kind of all over the board because it's kind of introducing who I am and my styles to everybody, and
Right.
what I like and what I vibe with, and hopefully you guys vibe with it. But the second album, it's gonna, In Deep's the first single off it, and then it's just like I was telling Angel and on
Okay.
when
oh, and Jay, yeah, sorry, because my
Jay,
name my name's not on the screen.
yeah, I didn't want to call you Vampire,
That's
and
okay.
Jay,
I answer to that.
Jay the Vampire, and it's you can definitely tell. Like, how do I compare it? It's like when Rush put out their first album, then the second one was even better. U2 put out Boy, and the next one was even better. Or the progression that a lot of bands go through. Um, Nirvana had Bleach, and then here comes that next album that blew them up. even bigger. Red Hot Chili Peppers, same thing. So I think you're going to see that the longer I'm in this, the longer I'm singing all the time. I had to I had to train myself to sing. I hadn't sung for many, 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 many years until I decided to take a risk and do this again. And you'll see the progression. I actually sing everything now. I'm hitting very higher, much higher octaves, and the songs are just, there's probably 4 or 5 radio hits at least, if not, of course, to me, all of them are. But you're just going to see that progression to the next level. And I think this second album is really going to launch us to a whole other level, coupled with the fact people will go back and listen to the first one now more as well. So I feel really good about it. And a lot of the songs are in some of my movies. And I can just tell that the tide is turning and that we're climbing that hill and we're getting higher and higher. So
Would you
I
say
feel
it's
really good.
heavier or about the same? Just, you know,
I'd say it's heavier.
cool.
I'd say it's heavier, more melodic, really killer riffs. Um, Still that strong positive message with maybe more refined lyrics. As I continue to write, and it's still a little bit all over. You might feel a little country vibe. You might feel a hard rock vibe. One song, you might feel a little mellow or a mellow rock vibe meets Muse. Um,
Wow.
if I could compare it that way, you might hear a little STP vibe in a song called Pringles. Um, so yeah, it's a trippy album and it's awesome, and I think it's really, like I said, going to launch us to the next level. So I'm stoked. It's coming out in April.
Cool. Is there anyone else on the album that we know that joined you for like
Well,
backup
in deep,
vocals or a duet?
Josh Todd on In Deep with me, and then we actually, I'll just tell you because the album's coming out. I did a cover of Silent Lucidity with Jeff Tate.
Wow.
So,
I used
and
to
it's
sing that to my kids when they were babies.
much heavier than the '90s version. So
Okay. Very
imagine
cool.
my voice with Jeff's again, kind of like burned together, but I'm singing and Jeff's singing, and it is the man who sang it on the MTV show in the '90s with the orchestra.
Yes.
So how fucking cool is that?
That is
Yeah.
very cool.
So, but yeah, those are my features on the album, and then everything else is me and the boys. Marco singing all the high stuff with me, and Chris Lord Alge produced it again and mixed it. Ted Jensen's mastering it out of Sterling Sound, and those are my guys. And yeah, it's killer. It's really killer. I don't know what else to say except killer.
Awesome. And we expect a couple music videos as well.
Yeah. We I actually wrote the song "Scared to Death" for the movie "Scared to Death" I have coming out in March, and I told the other guy, Psycho Steve, I star in it with Lynn Shay from
Cool.
Insidious and Bill Moseley from The Devil's Rejects, who
Yeah.
I love that movie. And Bill and I are really good friends, and Lynn and I are really good friends now. So I wrote the song "Scared to Death" for that, and In Deep's in that movie as well, and so is "Live or Die," which Jay, I know you said you like "Live or Die,"
Yes.
and so we're really stoked about that. And um, I can't wait for everybody to hear it. We just shot a music video for "Scared to Death," which will be coming out, which is real trippy, and it features the movie, and then the band is zombies. We shot a video for In Deep, which is already out,
Right.
and we'll probably be shooting probably 2 or 3 more videos.
Awesome.
So I'm pretty stoked about it. We always try to shoot but we're going to shoot the videos with the singles that we go to radio with.
I know. I think that's absolutely awesome. Like, yeah, I'm a big Devil's Rejects fan myself. I mean, I'm a big Rob Zombie fan just in general. So I think that's so super cool.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, I love Rob Zombie films, and that other movie I was telling you about, I'm going to be in Pandemic Sex Party. That's Rob's producer of House of a Thousand Corpses and
Yeah.
Devil's Rejects, Andy Gould. So,
Oh, that's so awesome for sure. Angel, let me kick it back over to you, buddy. It looked like a question popped up.
oh, I see it.
Yep. Where are you
From
from?
Lisa.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, a little country, the country in my voice. I was born in Cincinnati, Ohio. My dad worked in the oil business, so I lived all over the country growing up. I probably moved 10 times before I graduated high school, but I spent probably 6, 7 of those years in Texas. So maybe I picked it up in Texas. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was
Definitely,
just,
definitely.
my voice wasn't this low when I was born, obviously, but here we are. But thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Oh, my movies will be streamed everywhere, and Scared to Death will come out first. It'll be March 13th, and it'll be coming out in many, many theaters around the country. We're not sure what areas yet, but obviously where we have a lot of fans. And my character, the Grog, will be out meeting people. I'm a horror icon in the movie, but it's pretty much me. And we'll be doing shows around it and all that good stuff. So there's a lot in the works right now. And don't forget, and Lisa will be at Earth Day birthday doing a headline set. So get your tickets to come down to Orlando.
Good question from Brian.
Hey,
When did
Brian.
your voice take form? That's a good question.
It probably started, probably beginning at about 14, 15. It got lower. And I've always been a chill, laid back dude. I'm always been kind of the calm, even though I had a lot of anxiety when I was younger. I fought my way through all that, figured it all out on my own. I've always been a guy who's figured everything out on my own. I started my own oil company in 1999. It runs itself now. I started it above my garage. Now we sell all over the world. So I've just always been a hard worker. I grew up in a family of four, and my mom and dad and sister have all passed. My sister passed first, so that was kind of crazy. But I've just always been kind of the rock in the family. I don't really get too flustered, except inside my own self. And I care about people a lot and take care of people. I'm actually a Taurus, so if anybody wanted to know that. So I just the Earth sign, and I just kind of just stay steady and work hard and don't take no for an answer. And if you want to knock me down, I'm going to get right back up and I'm going to keep going. And that's just how innately I was born. So I guess that's where I get it all. I'm just very calm and mellow, and but yet inside there's gerbils just running in my fucking head. So
I couldn't sing soprano until 10th grade. Then we're around the own speaking octave. I still don't know what the heck a soprano is with the voice.
well, soprano is higher. My dad was a baritone in the church choir. My sister could sing like an opera singer. She was by far the best singer in the family, and I was always the loser. But when I was younger, so I didn't pursue all that stuff. I played more sports when I was younger. I was pretty good at. I can play pretty much any sport. But then I got introduced to marijuana and beer, and then that kind of went by the wayside, and all that crap from the '80s. But soprano's a higher, alto is more the in between, kind of off key, I call it, and then you got baritone and bass. And my dad was more of a baritone, so I would say I'm a baritone that can sing more soprano or alto now. But on stage, I stay mostly in my range, so I don't want to be a singer now who can't sing the way I did before. I want to stay in my lane and be different. I mean, what's the point of doing something that just sounds like everybody else? That's the way I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely.
Damn, I forgot my next question. Jay?
That's all right. No worries. No, it's pretty cool. Kurt, just from me being a fan that you have this relationship with Rob's camp and Adam, working with Adam who does his producing and stuff. Because actually this weekend, um, Dave Sheridan is going to be in my area doing a little like meet and greet.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that because I grabbed this off the shelf since we were talking about it. I've been like taking my little Devil's Rejects DVD around to getting it like
Oh yeah.
signed by various people and stuff like that. And
I love that.
at the
All
moment,
I've
Lou Temple is the only one on the back, but it was just because the front was getting kind of full because some peeps have like really really big signatures, and the funny thing is on the back of the DVD is Lou's face when Bill put it on the maid
Oh yeah.
in the when she was running out of, or not the maid, the girlfriend, and then tied her up in the hotel room.
Oh
So
yeah. I love that scene, and I actually shot a pilot with Lou Temple. Him and I called Eye for an Eye. It never went anywhere, but I'm friends with Lou too. So
oh, that's cool.
he's cool.
Yeah,
I
Lou's
love.
great. I saw him recently. Me and Ron for the V&D show, we interviewed him at Pennsylvania Horror Con, and then he was at Monster Mania Con a few weeks ago when we were there. He is such a cool dude, a really genuine guy. Like he remembered us right away. He like came out from around his table and was like, "Dude, that's so great that you're here.
Oh,
What's up?"
Lou's a great guy.
So it was really
So is
really.
Bill Mosley. Have you met him at some of the
I
horror?
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as far as like Rob Zombie stuff goes, like I mean I've got Rob Zombie stuff all over, but like I've got a 31 poster that's like signed by all the
Turn
villains.
the
So
heat
like
down a bit.
like Lou's on there and E.G. Daily because Richard Brake, like it's all the villains and stuff on that poster. But besides my little Devil's Rejects movie, I have a much larger Three from Hell poster, and
Oh yeah.
that's been my other little pet project is like to take that around to try to get like anybody who was in the Three from Hell movie. So like I met Sean Whalen, who a lot of people know from People Under the Stairs, but he was in there. And I recently met Dee Wallace, and because
Oh, that's cool.
when she came around, I was really excited because I was like, man, I mean, I'll get anybody from Three from Hell or Devil's Rejects on my poster because I mean, when it comes to me, Rob can do no wrong. But I was like, man, the fact that Dee is coming around is so cool because that Greta character was so awesome
Oh yeah. Yeah.
that I was like, I gotta meet Greta. I gotta get Greta on my poster. That's just too awesome. And
Well,
and
when we're done, I'll make sure David gets your address and stuff. I'll sign a Hellbilly Hollow poster and a Scared to Death one, and
yeah,
Bill Mosley's on that, and then you can start getting those signed. So
absolutely, for sure. I never say no to anything horror because I put it up all over my house.
very cool.
But yeah, so you had mentioned off the air, just to keep it in the kind of cool little segment is that your appearance in Halloween 2018's Halloween is what kind of got the ball rolling when it came to that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Clearly being a friend of people in that community and being in those movies yourself, you definitely seem to be a horror guy. Have you always been a horror guy? Like, are you a horror guy, or do you find that genre speaks to you as a great way for you to perform?
I think what you'll find is my movie career keeps going, as I'll be a guy who wants to do movies the way they used to be done. Not all this overly done CGI stuff,
Mhm.
and tell stories. And whether it's horror, I've got some comedies written. I've got a drama coming out, bringing awareness to fentanyl addiction. We're going to be donating a bunch of money to Music Cares to help with fentanyl addiction.
Yeah.
And I play the dad of the addict who happens to be a rock star dad, and she's an up and coming pop star. So I'm not going to pigeonhole myself, kind of like I don't want to pigeonhole myself in what every song's going to sound like. So,
For sure.
so when it comes to me, you'll get a variety from me in both the movies and the music. So that's just who I am.
Oh, no, absolutely, for sure.
Yeah.
When it comes to like when you're going out to movies yourself, just as like a fan, or whether you're supporting a colleague or just seeing a movie that you like to see, that you want to see, how do you how do you look at movies, not only being in the business but also just subjectively as well? Like, you know, do you really like to just kind of get lost in the fantasy? Do you break things down in certain ways for like ideas of your own? Like, just how do you kind of look at your movie experiences?
I like stories. I like trippy movies. Devil's Rejects my favorite horror movie, and because it tripped me out, it was just fucking cool. And um, but then I've just recently I saw Sinners. I like that movie because it
Oh
tripped me out. That little band of vampires. I didn't see that coming.
yeah.
So that tripped me out. Weapons I thought was pretty good just because I didn't see that coming either. Other than I knew the kids had to be involved because they all disappeared. But I like that kind of shit.
Awesome.
Where it just kind of trips me out. And Nightmare on Elm Street, the very first one, fucking
Mhm,
scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. The
mhm.
first Amityville Horror, true story, scared the shit out of me. But I'm a guy who watches more Dateline and all these crime shows because it's real, and I
Sure.
want to see how fucked up everybody around me really is, and what to watch out for. I love the true story, and I realize movies aren't all the true story, but I just like the ensemble cast, like Scared to Death, and
Mhm.
like a Knives Out mystery movie, or that movie I can't remember what it was called, where everybody went to the island to have dinner and everything went fucking crazy. The chef and all that, they were killing everybody.
Oh yeah, The Menu.
Yeah, The Menu, I love that.
Yeah, that movie's
So I
so
tend to I tend to go more towards that or the comedy, like Dumb and Dumber is probably the funniest movie I've ever seen in my life. So I wrote a movie called Two Donkeys, which we'll be shooting someday in the near future. That it's me and my partner. We're like mercenaries that are for good. We help people that are weaker, kind of like the song "Peaceful Stranger." That'll probably be the song for the movie. But it's a comedy. It's like Dumb and Dumber. We're afraid to ride horses because they're just too fast, and I don't want to fall off it. So we ride little donkeys. So we're
oh,
close to the ground. It takes us a few extra days to get there, but they're
mm,
fucking badass donkeys. So I like that kind of shit.
that's
Trippy,
all.
crazy, funny, even scared to death. You're gonna see me and Bill Mosley just going ad libbing and just having fun, and just you're gonna find it funny, scary, and just a fun movie.
Oh, absolutely, for sure. No, definitely with you on that for sure. It's one of the reasons why like I'm such a huge like horror fanatic, but also just love movies in general. Did when it comes to like since you like true crime stuff, have you been watching that like monster series on Netflix where they did Dahmer the first season, the Menendez brothers in the second?
I've watched some of that, but I mostly, because I'm so busy all the time, or I'm in the studio all the time. I watch a lot of Dateline, and I watch
Yeah.
Forensic Files. I've seen them all, so every once in a while there'll be one I haven't seen. But I like that kind of stuff, and there's so much on Oxygen now and all that other
Mm.
stuff. So I watch more where I can watch an episode in like an hour, and then I don't have to get involved in a lot
Oh,
of time because I'm traveling all the time, or I'm on the road, or I'm in the studio all the time. So
oh, right. So where it's like an episode dedicated to a specific thing and it won't like leave you, with a cliffhanger where you have to lose time going into the next episode
right,
to
right.
find out. Mhm.
But I
No.
do like. Don't get me wrong, I like episodics. I mean, in the past, I've watched Breaking Bad. I watched Sons
Mhm.
of Anarchy, and I like them. Peaky Blinders, I thought was amazing.
That
But
was so cool.
yeah, it was so cool. I love Cillian Murphy. but it's just time, when
Yeah.
you're an artist and I've got movies coming out, I got vodka coming out, I got fucking second album coming out, I got a tour. I mean, I'm living in a hotel. My life, that's my life, so plus the hotel might not offer all that shit. So
Right. That's why you bring it.
that's it.
No,
So
absolutely, for sure. Angel, my man, let me kick it back to you.
When I kicked it to you, that's when I remembered the question I was going to ask.
Uh, that's all right. I'll take the blame for that, or the honor, however you want to spin it.
Yeah.
I'm
When it,
Angel's trigger.
oh yeah. I'm definitely. I watch crime shows when women snap. That's why I'm nice to my exes.
I think I
I
just
want to
watched.
live.
I like the snap. I like Snap too. I've seen some of those.
Yeah, that's
Those
got me
those are
scared.
crazy. And I like the ones. There's another show I like where you go and it's one of the people that survived the monster, and it's like a relative or something, and they're telling the story at the table and looking at pictures of what this person did. And it's pretty crazy, man. There's plenty of that out there. And hell, if you're
Oh,
flying or whatever, you can listen to podcasts about all that shit too. So it inspires me too. I think of other stories or characters I can play, and a lot of it I take from that kind of stuff. So
so when it comes to the films, have you have you ever considered putting your music into any of your film projects?
oh yeah, Hillbilly Hollow's got probably 8 of our songs in it. Scared to Death has In Deep, Live or Die, and the song Scared to Death that I wrote that'll be on the album. Um, what else? Pandemic Sex Party, where I play the big killer like Jason or Michael Myers. I'm the rancher, and it's got No Tomorrow in it. That'll be on the second album. Um, I did a cover of In the Air, a hard cover of that. That'll be in Relapse, that drama where I play the dad. So yeah, I love to incorporate my songs into movies, and I think once we get the right team or person that can shop my songs to TV shows and everything, I have a lot of music that could fit into a lot of stuff that you see besides just mine. So we're definitely pursuing all that.
Oh, sorry. So you're definitely so when you're on the road, how do you take care of yourself and your voice?
I drink a smoothie every day, and I drink water during the day. I have a Coke or two in the morning when I wake up. I I smoke, as you obviously can see, but I don't worry about it. I warm up. I do my little warm up with to make sure I'm singing on pitch, but I don't overdo it. I don't overdo anything. I just kind of stay who I am, and as soon as I hear that intro go, I just go into singing mode, and I don't have really any routine or anything because I'm singing in my lane all the time, the way I sing, and I can see where like a Bon Jovi back in the day or somebody or you really have to warm up your voice because you're trying to go so high and you're trying to push yourself to the limits. Well, hell, I got Marco for that. I mean, Marco sings high, he can scream, he can, Cookie Monster, all that shit. So I mean, I do some of that on the new album with the song Pringles and Doom on the album that came out already, but very little. And the biggest thing I do on the road is just make sure I'm relaxed and I'm sticking to my routine and the rhythm of life that I like to live in, and not. I don't. I don't drink beer anymore, so I did quit doing that. Phil X actually, thank God, brought that to my attention. I haven't drank a beer in 3 years. I just drink vodka and water, smoke cigarettes, drink Coke, and eat very little and stay calm. That's my secret. Nothing more
Well,
to it than that. And I get a
well,
great workout on stage because I don't just stand there. I mean, I'm going the whole time. If you've seen me,
really.
you know what I do on stage. So, and it'll only get bigger and bigger as I can headline because I'll get more theatrical, bring my movie stuff into it, and the shows will be epic. So
Yeah, if you need a vampire on stage, just
yeah,
saying.
need a vampire, man. And I don't want to be somebody I'm not to all the fans. I mean, if you like the vibe, I'm a man of the people. I'm just like you, like everybody else, and why try to be any different? It's just beyond me. So
Yeah, ask this question. Oh, place Jay and Angel as characters in your movie ideas. What would be their characters and roles?
Oh, jeez. Thanks,
Uh,
Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
um, well, I've written Hellbilly Hollow too, so let's think about that. Once Hellbilly Hollow comes out, it'll take you back to the origins. So I do end up me and Bill Mosley, who ends up coming into the movies, going to be playing one of my brothers. Tickles is my other brother, who's the big guy in the movie now, who can't talk and is deformed. But I have a scene where Bill and I kill a band in the back of the van. So we'll call the band, something about vampires, and then we'll just kill Angel and Jay,
Nice.
and we'll put you right there, and we'll just slaughter you. So that would be great. I can see you guys doing that.
Yeah,
Done.
the bass player dies first.
Fuck
Yeah,
you.
you guys and Psycho Steve. We'll just put you three back there, and we'll just go to town.
Awesome.
I'm pretty sure Psycho Steve would die last.
Well, yeah, he'd probably die last because he'll probably run, and then
Yeah.
we'll have to get him. But Jay will just kill him with a stake in the heart since he's a vampire. And I don't know what we do to you, Angel, but got time to think about that.
A lot of ways. There's a lot of ways for him to clip your wings there, Angel.
Oh yeah, just don't.
Well, wait till you see what the rancher does in Pandemic Sex Parties. Some of the kills in that are going to blow your mind. There's like
Nice.
15 of them, and they're sick.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I gotta see that.
Oh, it's crazy. I killed one guy by sticking a dildo down his throat and jamming it till he just couldn't breathe. And he started. It was crazy. That was a light one.
I'm pretty sure Lorena Bobbitt would have preferred to have done that and cut off the neck.
You guys are getting shit that I don't even know if I'm allowed to be talking about, but why not?
Well, for what it's worth, the last time I met Felissa Rose, she signed a dildo because she and I and Ron had been joking about that because she did a horror con we were at where she was doing her photo ops in like a bodysuit that had, a wang on it for Sleepaway Camp, as references
Yeah.
to Sleepaway Camp. And it was yanked off of her bodysuit by Kane Hodder.
Oh
So
yeah.
we were joking about it, and so Ron and I had this idea because we had already told her about it that we should do it, and she was super down for the cause. And so when she came back around, I went out to a shop and I picked one up, and we brought it over to her, and we were like, well, since the last time we all hung out, we were talking about how Kane Hodder castrated you. We figured we'd bring one for you to sign. And sure enough, she signed that thing straight up. It's over.
That's
It's
awesome.
over on my shelf behind me in front of the Sleepaway Camp movies.
She
That's
did
awesome.
what straight up? Signed it? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, you said straight up. I thought you meant something else.
Oh no.
Okay.
No, that's a great idea. I guess I could sign those in the future.
Yep. There you go.
But yeah, just come out with the rancher dildo.
Yep.
Just sign them with Sharpie for people.
That's gonna give women ideas.
Honey, I want you to use the rancher
everyone
tonight.
deserves a weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, who's this woman on your phone?
I prefer the
Next thing you
rancher
know-
dildo. No, it's cool. I love all that shit.
They could all
It's just fun, That's one thing I love about the doing horror movies. It's just the fans, and I can't wait to go to all the conventions and meet everybody. I can sign Halloween shit. I can sign Scared to Death stuff. I can sign Pandemic Sex Party stuff. I can sign Hellbilly Hollow and Pandemic's a franchise, Hellbilly's a franchise, Scared to Death's a franchise, The Grog is a whole other piece of the puzzle, and it's just we're gonna have a lot of fun, and we can do shows in every town that conventions are. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
all your rancher dodos can be made to full scale.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
just
We'll
just
just make it.
realistic and life size.
Yeah, I'll get a mold done, and we'll just make them 1 inch. I'm kidding. That would be funny though. Have a
Yep.
little one.
Exactly. You just be like, you know what? It's this is the
See,
pocket
now,
size.
now you guys are getting my brain going. And I don't need to go all those places.
Hey, it's good. It's good merchandise.
Dildos should be brought to random sightings. Yeah.
But if you're gonna do dildos, you definitely gotta sell the product on how to clean the sex toys. That's
Yeah.
very
Well,
important.
I could make that with my oil company. I can make a lube
Yeah.
called Just. I actually trade or have the website for Just Grippy Enough. And that's what that was going to be for, a lube that's just grippy enough.
There you go, Angel. You can get Kurt all set up at Exotica.
There
Yep.
you go. Because it's definitely coming to Minnesota next year. It's coming to Jersey, Miami
Yep.
next December. That's the best place to do it. Because
That'd
I
be
go
awesome.
there. I go there every year.
All right, cool.
Oh, at least I had a question. I skipped it.
I'm always thinking of fun stuff and just how to have fun with everybody and just keep life light-hearted for people. And I know it's intense out there for everybody, and I know there's a lot of hate out there. But you know, if you want to just have fun and have peace and kindness, just follow me into the dark. Here we go.
Yeah. And just bring more
As
sex into it.
as Death Cab for Cutie said, I'll follow you into the dark, and then we'll make it to the other side.
Yes.
What do you like most about being a musician?
That I finally get to do what I thought I'd never get to do in my life. I got married young, have 3 boys, and just figured music was done at 20. And everybody told me when I decided to do it how stupid I was and how there's no way you can do it. There's too many bands out there. But those are people that don't know my work ethic or my dreams or my beliefs, and that you can do anything in the world that you want to do if you put your mind and heart into it. And whether you fail or you make it, um, how do you know until you try? And I encourage everybody to follow their dreams like that.
Jan will kick right back up to you.
Absolutely. No, for sure. When it comes to talking, since we're about to close out 2025, obviously getting into 2026, and you're talking about how, full your calendar is. When it comes to the new album coming out and with the first album already out, how are you currently planning to put together your shows where you've got the new material that you want people to hear and how you're going to set up a set list for it to properly coincide with your previous material?
Well, for the last 2, 3 years, we've been playing out of about a 12 to 14 song pool. Now we've been rehearsing in this downtime, so we're up to a 25 song pool, including the new album. We're always at the mercy of the other bands, so
Mm-hmm.
we now have our own video wall that I can make into little pieces, or I can make it into a big video wall to enhance the show even more. Um, Other little features, and so we can adapt to any size venue, or or go to a festival. They usually have their own screens, but we're becoming more adaptable. More adaptable. We're turnkey. We're self-contained, and it's all for all of you guys. So we're always working on bettering our show, bettering our graphics, and making it fit with the music and what we're trying to convey.
Absolutely, for sure. when you're looking to get out on the road, and we had talked about like the hopes of like M3 for your band, the possibility of you and Josh at M3 this year, which would be super duper cool, if that's able to happen, like as in 2026, because that's the show that's already been announced, and then perhaps your own band for 2027. When you're looking to be out on the road musically, but also make the time to, act and write for your movies, is there a certain plan you have for just the way you want the year to shape up? Like, like while it's cold and traveling out might be a little harder, do you try to concentrate on like your movies and then look for like spring or summer or fall when it comes to like, you know, music, or is it really just about the proper phone calls at the time?
Yeah, it's right at this stage. I imagine it'll get easier in the future when we headline all the time, because
Mhm.
then I can plan my headline tours around my movies. Right now, we don't have that luxury, so I'm able to, if I know I have to shoot a movie, usually 2 to 4 weeks on set, then I just have to plan and shut that down for when we're touring. But it's not that easy to do because you never know, when we're gonna need, like, it's worked out so far, but it'll get way easier in the future when I can just plan, okay, we're gonna tour here, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna shoot this movie, I'm gonna go to these horror conventions and make my own schedule. But when you're at the mercy of, playing with Sebastian or playing with Steel Panther or and Buck Cherry, and you got to go when they're going on tour. They're making their plans, and then if we're lucky enough to get on it, you got to be able to adapt and go. So right now, it's pretty difficult.
Absolutely, for sure. Is that when it comes to, performing, are you just a fan of whatever stage you're on, or do you fancy festivals and bigger shows because of the ability to really grow that stage show? Or do you still find a lot of value because you're so personable, which is one of the things that Angel and I have really felt honored in having you on the show, is just that you are so personable and you've
Oh,
treated
thank
us
you.
so well. But like, do you still enjoy, and I'm sure you do, but find value also in those like more intimate shows where you can really be up in the crowd, in front of the crowd, as opposed to the festivals, the bigger shows, where of course, gaps, photo pits and so on and so forth, puts you a little bit further away from the people.
Whether it's playing 3,000 with Tesla, um, we've probably even played bigger shows, and not many bigger than that, but a lot of amphitheaters, stuff like that. Or whether it's a pop-up show and there's 10 people because they didn't even know we'd be there till a week before, you get the same show every time.
Nice.
You don't adapt to the crowd size. You just do your job
Mhm.
and entertain the same way you always would, because you never know how many loyal fans you'll get, no matter if it's 10 or 3,000. You got to do your job. You don't, you got to be who you are. Otherwise, I'd be so disappointed in myself and the band, that we cut our attitude down to the size of the venue. So the venue size doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You do the same show every time. You entertain the same way every time.
Absolutely, for sure. And Angel, I'm going to kick it back up to you. But also on that note, Metal Summoners, we really, really appreciate you guys. You've been absolutely fantastic. Great questions and great interactions. But we do want to respect Kurt's time and allow him to have some of his evening as well. He's been incredibly generous to us, and we are going to rock out with him for a few minutes longer. But it is that time for their Metal Summoners. It is last call for alcohol. So any final questions, comments, anything that you want to ask Kurt directly about what he's got going on right now or coming up in the next year, now's the time to do it. So that way Angel sees it, I see it, and we can make sure that we clear the board. So last call for alcohol there, Metal Summoners. And let's have another go around and a little bit more fun there, Angel, before we allow Kurt to enjoy his evening. So right to you.
I'm enjoying my evening, by the way.
Good.
Well, how did you end up working with Phil X? How did that collaboration happen?
I brought my demo out to LA in 2020 that I had written with a gentleman named Ben Trexel out of Alabama, and I had it's about 10 songs, and Ben wanted me to do a cover of "Have a Cigar" by Pink Floyd, which I had no clue how I would do that. I mean, didn't even really listen to that song. And Chris Dirk, when COVID hit, gave me a chance. Said I'd love to mix your demo. I'll definitely do it for you, and we've become like best friends ever since. When we went out to dinner, like during the process of that, and he said that "Have a Cigar." Don't say you don't want to do that. And I said, "Why?" He goes, "I can see how you can do this with your voice the way it is right now." And it was still, in its infancy. And he put that version together that we played every show we play. And if you've heard it, it's totally different than "Have a Cigar" by Pink Floyd. I would never do a cover where I sound exactly like the band. I think that's just stupid. So we did our interpretation of it, and Chris put that together, and he put this guitar player on it, a session guitarist, and the solo just blew me away. It was a one take solo. And he finally told me it was Phil X. And 2 months later, we're shooting the video. We're writing more songs that are on the first album. A lot of those are me and Phil X. A lot of the second album's me and Phil X. And we became friends. And when I went on my first tour, he wasn't touring with Bon Jovi. And um, as long as he wasn't touring with Bon Jovi, we could play together. So I brought him on board, and that's how we met. We became friends, and we wrote a bunch of songs together, and the rest is history. So that's how that started. 2020. What a year.
Yeah,
But I met Phil X and Chris Lord Alge, and I wouldn't be here with you today if I didn't. So got to take the good with the bad,
absolutely.
you know.
Yeah, Jay, I'm gonna kick it right back up to you. There's nothing on the boards, so we're good.
Hey, no problem. I got one more thing with you, Kurt, that I definitely wanted to touch base on that you had mentioned earlier in your interview, is that with you being a vodka drinker, you would also mentioned like having a vodka coming out. Based on what you're allowed to talk about, if you're allowed to talk about it, we'd love to hear about this project and what we can look forward to.
What's Deimer Ultra Premium Vodka? I drink vodka and water and ice. That's what all I drink since I quit drinking beer, and it's a liquor I like that's just smooth. And probably lost 50 pounds when I quit drinking beer, and just pretty much saved my life. Thank you, Phil X. But yeah, it's coming out. It's kind of like the Grey Goose style bottle, but it's rock and roll vibe bottle. It's Deimer Ultra Premium. So when you see it at the liquor store, you'll just want to go grab that shit and just know you can drink it with just water and ice and listen to some Kurt Deimer music. And it's Deimer Ultra Premium Vodka coming out in 2026. So we'll have
Nice.
it at shows, events, horror conventions, all that stuff. So
That's
just a
awesome.
natural fit.
Hell yeah, Kurt, for sure. Is there a rough time of the year that, like, for example, Angel and I can keep an eye out in our stores for it?
Yeah, I'll have more on my socials and stuff and on my
Cool.
website, kurtdimer.com. But I'm just waiting on the company that's we're partnered with to send me the final samples of the bottle, and then we'll go to production and marketing. And I want to grow it as a premium brand all over the world, kind of like I've done with my oil, Starfire.
Absolutely, for sure.
So
And then, of course, before we let you go officially, please let everybody know where Kurt Deimer, the music, your movies, and everything can be found.
yes, Kurt Kurt Deimer Deimer.com. Go there, sign up for the email list. You'll get kept to date on everything like vodka, movies, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, X, Threads, all the streaming services. Follow us on Spotify, Apple, anywhere you stream music. You'll get the whole album. You'll get in deep. And if you just Google my name, you'll find all kinds of stuff. Me on the red carpet at Halloween. It'll take you to all my socials, all that stuff. It's Kurt Deimer. And Just remember it's Deimer, and you'll find me everywhere. And it continues to grow. My IMDb page, you can see about the movies. And we've only just begun. So everybody, please share and spread the word. Follow us and subscribe anywhere you can. That always helps to get us to the headline phase. And I can't thank everybody enough for having me tonight. Thank you guys for having me.
It's absolutely our pleasure, Kurt. And of course, the most important thing to myself, Angel, and Steve is that, you had a good time tonight. You enjoyed yourself,
Yes.
you felt respected, and that you felt that in any way, shape, or form that this little interview can, benefit the continued success of your music, your movies, your vodka, and just everything in between.
Yeah, and I'd even be happy too. We'll put some of this out, my social media people. But next time we do it, I'll let's set it up a couple weeks in advance, and then I'll promote it on all my stuff that I'm going to be on your show.
Absolutely. No, 100%. And it's been an absolute pleasure and a great time by us as well. And we definitely look forward to having you back on, in the near future, to talk about, your newest music, how, the new album, and everything, the tours, horror cons, vodka, all that great stuff. But again, Kurt, thank you so much. It really has been a pleasure and an honor. And we're so glad that you had a good time.
No, it's been my pleasure and honor, and I appreciate it very much. And
Absolutely.
yeah, we'll try to set something up before the movie comes out on March 13th, Friday the 13th in March. So,
Perfect.
and we'll promote it, and then we'll do a little cameo on your show and just do a 1 hour deal.
Absolutely. Sounds great. And also you and I, you, me and Dave, however, the best way for communication is, we can also set up any kind of promotion and follow-up interviews as well with, with me and Ron on the V&D show, where we can specifically, talk about the movies and stuff like that. So we're definitely, all down for helping out the Kurt Deimer train in any way that we can.
Yeah, pretty soon I'll be AK the Grog, so get used to the Grog.
The Grog. Sounds great. Absolutely. Metal Summoners, thank you guys so very, very much again for being
Thank you,
involved
guys.
and rocking out as always. You guys have been absolutely
Peace to
fantastic.
you guys out there.
Out there for all of his socials, and make sure that you're following him on his website and signing up for his email list, so that way you know about everything that he's got coming out and all of his socials, from his music, his movies, his vodka, and everything in between. Metal Summoners, we love you guys so much. We're getting everything finalized over the weekend for next week's episode. It's going to be on either Monday or Tuesday. We're just syncing that up and getting everything taken care of, because we're not going to do our normal Wednesday night for the next 2 weeks, just so you guys know, being that it is New Year's Eve and also Christmas Eve. We want to allow everybody involved to have as much time with their families as possible. So the next couple of weeks of TMS episodes are going to be a combination of either Monday or Tuesday, but keep it up with all of our socials and we will let you know all about that. Speaking of socials, the Metal Summit on Facebook and YouTube, that's where you guys want to be following, and that's where you guys want to be subscribed to, because that's where the interviews happen. That's where you've been watching us talk to Kurt all this evening. And also, if you like knowing what Angel and I and Steve are doing, first and foremost, our Metal Summit announcements do come out on the Instagram page first, and then they filter down to the others. So make sure that you guys are following us on Instagram as well. Angel can be found at Angel Alamo 78 on Instagram. He can also be found on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram at salem.vampire. I can also be found under that moniker on Facebook, and I have also a personal page as well. And our beloved Psycho Steve can be found on Instagram at The Real Psycho Steve, and you can also go to his website of psychostevepresents.com. Again, thank you guys all so very, very much. Metal Summoners, we love you guys so much. Horns up. It was an absolute great evening. We really, really appreciate you guys. Again, make sure that you're following Kurt on all of his socials and following him on his website with his newsletter and everything, so you know what's going on there. Again, take care. Be good to each other. Guest announcements over the weekend. We'll see you guys in a week for a brand new episode. Take care. Be good to each other. And as always, you've been watching the Metal Summit.